Pop it up on your phone, please. Unmute it. There it is. There we are, nice and grainy. Give us a second to adjust. It's like a normal occurrence for us to adjust. All right. Closer. Perfect. Look at that. Hey, it worked.
Hey, there's everybody.
Awesome. Hi, guys. Give everyone a minute to pop in. Sorry about that. It's
Anfisa first. What's up, Anfisa?
What's going on, folks? We did it. Yeah, it's just like a normal thing. Every time we do a live, we're just gonna screw something up, or I'm gonna screw something up, and Munda's just gonna be like, "Hey, fix it," and I'll be like, "All right, I'll try."
I didn't say anything.
That's true. All right, welcome everyone. I think we had like 40-some folks. Looks like most people are back by now. Yeah, starting off with a nice headache.
Oh no.
It's all
Got
good.
our tea.
Got our tea. Yeah, we're ready to party. Parenting 101.
Yeah, Friday
kid goes
night.
to sleep.
Wild.
Get that tea out. Drink some tea. Go live. Awesome. So just a quick introduction for everyone. My name is Dean. This is my beautiful wife, Melinda. Hustlin Hooks. If you are watching this live, awesome. Welcome. We really appreciate you guys showing up. If you are watching a replay of this, which will be posted, thank you for watching it. And hopefully you take something away from this. And if you're here live with us, please ask as many questions as you want. Yes. We're going to try to do this for about an hour, hour and a half. And we're just here to answer questions and be part of the community.
Yeah, for sure.
And Super Chat from P&R Bargains.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. That's very unnecessary and very kind of you. Yeah, ask us any questions you guys have. We'll talk a little bit about our first week as full-timers. I think that's a good way to start. Maybe you can put in your 2 cents.
Your first full week.
I know, but you're my employer. I mean, you gotta tell them how I did.
It was good. It was really awesome. I think the best part was just seeing how happy Adine was. He's just like vibrating with just joy of not having to go anywhere. So that was nice. I think that was my favorite part.
Even your mom, so Melinda's mom comes and can you guys aired out a dog fart yet? Yeah,
that was so gross.
Yeah, we're good now, but it's constant. You know, she's old.
I mean, if you guys didn't believe us every time we told you she's smelly,
yeah,
you believe us now.
Yeah,
she's
for sure.
A smelly old dog.
Freedom indeed. Yeah. So Melinda mom right now, she comes twice a week usually and watches our child. And she even commented on Wednesday, she's like, I haven't seen you this happy in like a very long time. And it's like, it's because I'm truly happy. I mean, there's many ways to define happiness, but, you know, being with my family and doing what I want, what I enjoy doing, when I want to do it, not having to report to anyone, it's pretty amazing. I mean, it truly is. And I don't remember what the exact question was, but, you know, I don't remember the question, but my answer to it was when you reduce your life stresses and when you surround yourself with good people, I mean, life in general in the United States of America, obviously in general is pretty good, you know, as long as you reduce your stress level.
Rauhaus asked who started the reselling first. Was it a team effort from the start? Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think so.
You put a calculator up.
I put a calculator up. I talked to my.
Before that, I had listed some ModCloth dresses.
Yeah, you want to tell them about that experience? That was. I did a lot of things wrong then. That was for sure.
Yeah, this was. I know it wasn't that much longer. Maybe a couple months. Maybe I was clearing out some clothes.
2018.
Oh yeah, so like a year.
Yeah.
But I used to just love shopping on ModCloth before they were bought out from Walmart. But there were some clothes I wanted to get rid of, and I was like, I'm not just giving these away. These are nice. And I just didn't want to. And Nadine's like, well, throw them up on eBay. And he's like, just search for the style and put it up there for super cheap because that's retail for you. Well, everything sold really fast. And that should have clued us in then, right? That there was like an actual market for people wanting to buy pre-owned clothing. But it didn't. It was just like, okay, cool.
Yeah, we made like $17 off of like 10 things.
But they sold so fast.
Super fast, yeah. But we didn't know. So that's kind of like our first taste of eBay. And then I started talking to my friend AJ about it, and he talked to me about sports memorabilia. And then I literally YouTubed what to sell on eBay for profit. And yeah, so then literally Mona was pregnant, like about to give birth, and that's when we started reselling. Within the 5th day of our child being alive is when we went garage selling with our child, and that's when we started.
Yeah. Yeah, I was walking around like this big old belly, just like looking over the couch, like, what are you watching? And she's like, this guy goes to garage sales.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what? Who watches that? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it was Cincinnati Picker. And then little did we know, soon we would be going to garage sales and documenting it.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of an odd thing, right? If you don't know anything about reselling and your husband is all of a sudden watching a guy go to garage sales, and then you start thinking about it. And once we sold our first calculator, the light bulb went off when it was, it was $60. And then I was like, wait a minute, someone just sent us $60 and I just have to throw this thing in some bubble wrap and ship it to him. And they already gave me the money. This is crazy. And then I was like, what else can I sell? And then, $150,000 in gross sales later, here we are, 100% debt free, full-time sellers with lots and lots of room to grow and lots of potential.
That's right.
So yeah, first week was really, really good. Thank you everyone for all the kind words.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate you guys. We did about 350 in sales today. We did about 300 yesterday. We did over 600 2 days ago. So we're well over, for this week so far, we're well over $1,000, which is great. And then we expect another 1,000 or 1,500 this weekend. So we're right on schedule, and of course, a lot of work to go.
Yeah. You talk a lot, Dean. Missing some of these questions.
I do talk a lot.
How long have we been doing it? About a year and a half, just over a year and a half. And it does get easier for sure. The more you do it, the more things you touch, the more things you look up, the more things you research. It gets a lot easier. You get faster at finding things when you're at the thrift or garage sales or Facebook Marketplace. You get faster at knowing what things ship for. Everything does get easier. That's with any job, right? Any job you start, you go in like the first day, whatever, they have a training period. And yeah, you just get better at it.
It's muscle memory. So of the 4,000+ items we've sold, we've probably touched 15,000 items and looked up 10,000 items. So you just become better and better. And then like, oh, I know when I touch this thing, I know it's a $25 profit once it's out the door. You just know, you get good at it. My sister Amina says, when we used to think you were so annoying with it. So yeah, very annoying. And now my sister does really well. She does over $3,000 a month in sales, and my dad works with her. It's awesome.
But I think what she means is, okay, so we had a baby, and then whenever anyone would come over and see her, or we would go anywhere, he wasn't talking about the baby. He was like, so we started selling on eBay. I was like, you have a daughter, right?
I was excited about both. Let's say that.
When you post on multiple platforms, are we diligent about taking the item down? Yes, we've missed it a couple times. In all fairness, we have
3 times we've had to cancel an order.
Yeah, we'll just cancel it.
Yep. Have you thought about real estate? Yeah, and Lisa, we have a couple of properties that we're going to be turning into rentals in the future. And then, once we get this going the way we want it to go, once we get Amazon going the way we want it to go, then we'll be buying property and definitely investing in real estate. One of the best investment strategies, for sure.
Yeah, I think our bubble has to pop a little bit here.
Yeah, first. Well, everywhere, but there's still money to be made.
The Peloton. No, I was just on the Peloton right before this, actually. Got my 30 minutes in.
Steve, good to see you. It's been a while. Ken, do you recommend listing a certain amount of items or profit daily goal? So our goal is to right now it's 20 quality listings per day. And what we mean by quality is net average profit per sale, $30 or higher on average, of course, and things that have a sell-through rate of 40% or higher. So things that are in demand. We don't want to just throw up garbage and say we listed a bunch of stuff. So that's our current goal.
Right.
I would figure out what works for you. So maybe that's 3, maybe that's 5. It depends on your workload, your ability, many factors, but that's where we're at currently. Girly Gamer says hello.
How many listings do you have to sustain? Well, right, we've been hanging in between, we just took a bunch down, but I would say about 800 to 900 is kind of our sweet spot for maintaining what we have. But we'd like to get that up because obviously we do want to increase that a little bit more.
Right.
But to sustain it, I think that's our sweet spot based on the type of things that we sell at the price points that we sell them.
Yep.
If you have a lot more electronics, you probably need to sell less. If you have more clothing, you'll probably have to sell more. So it's just what your mix is.
Yeah, and the other part too, like, so for us, we've been floating around about 35,000 gross per 90 days, or roughly 10 to 12,000 gross per month. So that's been our maintaining around 800 listings. So the other way to think about it is, we know resellers that we've seen on social media that have 3 times the amount of listings we have, but they pull the same amount of money. So our question to that is, why do 3 times the amount of work for the same amount of money? So really pay attention to your old listings and really pay attention to what you're listing, because otherwise you're gonna slow down.
Right. So our plans for Amazon.
So let's say thanks. Yeah, thanks Leslie for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Plans for Amazon, are you thinking about used thrift items, private label, or wholesale? Our plan is to mimic a group or a team called Amazon Lit, and basically build a logistics company, which is really boring. It's not,
but it's consistent.
Yeah, it's a consistent, it's that's where the millions are. So what we mean by that is that we want a warehouse with associates, with dock doors, and buying truckloads at a time, preparing them, shipping them to Amazon. So for example, buy a truckload of diapers, get them in our warehouse, get them out to Amazon, have them deal with the day-to-day, and obviously make the profits. And that's many ways to do that. Of course, we'll probably throw stuff up there like retail arbitrage, but we don't want to focus on that business model. We want the direct communication with suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, etc.
Yeah.
And go back up here to answer a couple of questions. Hi
in Denmark. Hi, Dennis.
Hey, awesome. Dennis. Hey, thank you so much.
We would have chickens. We had thought about actually having urban chickens at one point. We kind of ex-nayed that, at least for now. But I stayed at an Airbnb outside of Nashville with my friend Kaylee a few years ago now, and they had chickens. They were getting ready for a goat. They were living, it was basically your life, Anfisa, but in Nashville. And me and her were just like, this is our life in the future. Yeah. It was amazing. We went out and would feed the chickens every morning. It was awesome.
For sure. Yeah, love Denmark. We've visited. It was awesome. We'll definitely be back. We actually have family in Sweden, which is awesome.
I love how bike friendly Denmark is.
What did I do? Oh, I can show. Oh, that's cool. We'll do that next time. Well, we're learning so much. Let's do this one.
Those two guys. Oh, okay.
Let's click on Kim and show. Look at that. How fancy. I'm struggling with finding a quick way to determine potential profits when listing. Any advice or hints to how to set up some parameters?
Do you mean net profit? I'll answer that. So when we're sourcing something, we know what our fees are, and we calculate it based off of eBay because that's our primary selling platform. And generally we'll have more taken out in fees there, and that's where we cover shipping. So we'll times it by 0.87 of what we think it'll sell for. And that gives us what it would be before shipping. And then we know about how much shipping is, and then we can take out the cost of goods. So we know before we pick it up what our net profit should be on it.
Yeah, and experience is your best teacher.
And simple math.
Simple math. Our margins are between 55 and 60%. So if I touch an item that's worth 100, I know I'm going to take home $50 cash after all deductions, including taxes, roughly.
Yeah, Catherine, you want to find stuff that sells fast, that has a high sell-through rate, so that it sells before the relisting kicks in. Otherwise, you still want to sell higher priced items so that that 35 cents, even if it's up for 2 or 3 months, doesn't eat into that profit margin enough.
Catherine writes, just realized relisting requires 35 cents each. How do you get ahead of those fees? You get a store, look at.
Just answer that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. She just answered that. My bad. Went to Village. I should witness a drug deal. Oh, that's exciting. I remember when we went to San Francisco.
Someone's making a side hustle.
In San Francisco, and we were walking in Tenderloin area, and those guys were just dealing coke.
Yeah.
That was a crazy time. We're drinking tea, Mr. or Mrs. Six by Six.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dreams to have chicken.
Oh, if you have our Airbnb,
the Dean's
something on your
vodka.
Property,
it's
I will
tea.
fly out to Alaska.
Here's a from Carmen. Have you ever found a really cool item that you decide to keep even though profit would have been huge? I'll answer that. I don't care about materialistic things at all. So generally, no. If I need something like this shirt I'm wearing, I found it at a garage sale for $2 and I kept it. But generally, no. I usually am the one who's like, I'm going to sell this. And one who's like, you need boots. You should keep those. They're your size. I'm like, oh, yeah, I do need boots. You're right. What about you? Do you keep stuff?
There's really, right now, sometimes I'll keep it for a little bit. Like right now, I kept one of the shirts from the Rally Roots haul because I like it and I'm wearing it, but I will probably resell it at some point when I stop wearing it as much. I don't know if the profit is huge. Probably not. We just keep stuff that we need.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's see.
There's nothing interesting. Yes, we have those days too. Sometimes it's just like you go in and there's nothing on the shelves.
For sure. Richard says, learning so much from you guys, 3 months, 3,800 in sales. I've had a great picks from watching you both. That's awesome. That's the whole point. So the great thing about YouTube is that occasionally I'm going to say things like, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to our channel, helps us grow. So we're monetized on YouTube. We don't make a lot of money, but it's enough money to cover some of our living expenses. So that's great because it's a way we make additional revenue. But the best part about it is that it's free education for anyone who wants to pay attention to us and mimic our success. So that's why we really love this platform. We love Instagram as well, but Instagram, you can really just express yourself in quick tad bits, but to thoroughly explain something, it takes a different platform like YouTube.
Yeah. Shout out to Tim for Osborne to Thrift. He is also killing the resale game. He graduated recently and is full-time now. He also has a YouTube channel. Go check it out. He shares a lot of good things to flip. Lots of good stuff.
He does, and he's very tech savvy. And I was coaching someone yesterday, and the question, one of the questions that this gentleman had was, "What category should I look into?" And I gave him Tim's information. I said, "Look in technology. Technology has really great margins." So definitely check out Tim. Tim, thanks for joining us. Always nice to see you. What state are you in? We are in Michigan. Let's see.
I kept a couple on. We've kept a couple pots and pans now. Yeah, that would fall under like we use it, we need it. So why not have something that's nice that's going to last a while, right?
Ken says, not reseller related. I know you guys like outdoors. You recommend trailer, RV, or fifth wheel. Eventually, we're going to buy like a big camping trailer and travel the country and film it and come meet you guys state by state. So that's right now we don't have anything. We just have our cars, but eventually we'll do that. Let's see.
So we said they're quitting teaching.
Oh, am I going too fast?
Hey, you don't have to show all. We can just read through them real quick.
Well, I know. I'm trying to find. Just try. Okay,
right
here it is. Okay.
Yeah, I love it. It's a great way to supplement retirement, I think.
Yeah, this is a great point. Melinda, yes, I rent my clothes too. It always sells at the end. I was just thinking about updating camera equipment for our YouTube channel, and then I thought about it. I was just like, the nice thing is that each time we upgrade, we can resell and probably get most of its value back. And that's kind of like that hidden feature of being a reseller is that you know how much things are worth, and you're almost never going to lose full amounts of money on something because you can always resell it. And that's kind of like the hidden benefit, and a great way to be debt free is by, hey, I need this baby monitor. Okay, now my kid's old enough. Now I'm just going to sell it for 60% of value, and now I have most of my money back.
Yeah,
which is pretty awesome.
A brand or item you hope to find on their BOLO list. I mean, I would love to find Polly Pockets. I was just making a list of thinking my birthday. I'm like, which Polly Pocket should I put on my birthday list?
I don't know if anyone heard you whisper.
Oh, I was just wondering which Polly Pockets I should put on my birthday list.
Yeah, I don't know if
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Honestly, for me, the way my brain works is I really don't care what it is. Like, I really don't care. For me, like, I know my profit margins. That's what I care about. As far as like something that I want to find in the wild, I want to keep finding, things that make us a large amount of money. Like, Marantz stereo equipment is just a killing. Like, that brand just does really well for us. Certain DVD VCR combo units that are both DVD dubbing and VCR, video cassette recording units that are worth $150, $250. Those are the things I love finding for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna come stay in your yurt.
Let's see. That's directed to someone else. That's a good question. You want to answer that one?
It is a good question. So we always say there's no right or wrong answer. We have sold them both ways. We originally leaned for a long time selling them individually. Currently, we're leaning towards lotting them up just because it's one shipping out the door and you get a higher return. But that doesn't mean doing them individually is wrong. I would say if you have, for lots, it's good to have one big piece, like a star of the show that makes the set. And then, because some of the littler pots and pans don't sell for as much, so you can kind of throw them in as bonuses if you have like a big 6 or 8 quart pot or pan, or like a 12-inch skillet or something.
What she said, I agree. Melissa has a good question. I'll answer it. Melissa, thank you for the question. What are some of your least favorite items to list but make a good profit so you can't let them go or give them up? Honestly, like, I don't think I have any specific ones. We started getting away from glass, unless it's really high-end, high-value glass, then we'll definitely pick it up. But there's just that added risk of shipping, and I think it's the only one. I don't know. What about you? What do you hate picking up?
I don't really hate picking up anything, but as far as like listing, I don't enjoy listing parts.
Hey, we're back. Sorry, I misclicked. I apologize. This mouse is very sensitive.
So I was in the middle of a...
Yeah, you were saying...
Oh, parts to stuff. Only just because it's tedious. And I don't enjoy photographing like clothing, but the trade-off is it's really easy to pack. So I don't know. Everything balances out in the end. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, I hate this. I don't want to do it anymore, except for the glass, because every time we would sell it, I would just be like, oh, I gotta pack it. And it's such a pain.
It's a good question. Nathan asks, what would you say is the average amount of time you spend on your reselling business in an average day? I have a hard time staying motivated. Any tips on what helps you keep focused in the business? So right now, what keeps us focused in our business is this is how we eat. So that's kind of our motivation. In the past, the motivation was to pay off our house, which we did rather quickly. And then on top of that was to go full time. And right now, the motivation is to build this thing into a multi-million-dollar company. That's what the motivation is. As far as how much time, when we were both working, we were putting in as much time as we possibly could after taking care of ourselves and our child. Right now, we don't know. We'll do some time studies for sure and figure all that out and kind of report back once we know. I don't know. Right now we're trying to work normal hours, whatever that means.
Yeah, maybe find a time. Some people do work better at different times of the day. Like if you're more productive in the second part of the day, maybe that's when you start and you do your other stuff in the morning. Some people are night owls and they get really motivated at night. So maybe kind of play around the times. Maybe it's the time of day that you're getting distracted.
Favorite items to source and sell? High margin items for me. I don't have any.
Yeah, I would say electronics and like video game systems.
Yeah, for sure.
Because those are pretty straightforward and they sell fast.
How do you guys keep track of items that you pull out or donate, sell, and rummage sale? So we track all of our listed inventory on our spreadsheet, and then when we take it down, we sum up the amount that we have invested in it as an expense, and when we deduct that from our rummage or garage sale, and that's the net profit or net loss. And if it's a net loss, then it's a tax deduction as part of doing business.
Whereas asked if we track the miles it takes from home to USPS. That's a good question.
Yes. Yeah, any business travel.
Yeah, unless we're walking there. We do have a post office that we walk to.
Yeah.
Advice on starting a YouTube channel. No specific advice in terms of like starting to film it or anything. Like we just started with our phones, but I guess just ask like, what are you going to do that's going to be different or that's going to add value to the community? That's the biggest thing. Because there are a lot of resale channels and they do all bring something. Most of them are good, but some are just sort of like repetitive. So think about that.
Think about it this way too. How many hours are you willing to sacrifice and dedicate to it before you see any real result? Because it's not as glamorous as people make it seem. Of course, once you get into that 100, 200,000 subscribers, once you're getting 50, 60, 70,000 views per video, yeah, you're making a very good wage. But it takes a very long time, and the vast majority, Harry Tornado did a quick search, it was 0.68% or roughly half of 1% of people who ever grew their YouTube channel over 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
now,
less than 1%.
That doesn't mean anything. If you really enjoy it and you like doing it, just go for it. That's my advice. Just do it. But it takes a lot, learning how to edit, how to film, how to be relatable. I mean, it's a lot of work.
The best video on shipping. We've probably done it in one of our What's Sold.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of bubble wrap around it and a box that fits.
That's for you. No, that's a good answer. That's a question for you.
Yeah, send them my way first. I always like to see if they're not in my collection.
Sorry, I missed a bunch. Some people have mentioned that. Oh, I loved it. This is my favorite. Some people have mentioned that because of reselling YouTubers, the business of reselling is becoming oversaturated now, too much competition. Do you agree with that being a trend? No. Anyone that thinks that way is not going to win at reselling, and there's really no reason to expand that anymore. Reselling and merchants have been around since people have been around. Mm-hmm. Just because people talk about it and are successful at it, that doesn't mean everyone can do it.
Yeah, people have been doing it way longer than YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think if you're going to get into it, I don't know that it's going to be because of a YouTuber. I mean, they might inspire you to get a side hustle going. I mean, you do have to be able to shift with different trends and be open to finding different avenues for sure. But that's just normal, you know. It's just like right now 90s are in, so people are going to buy like 90s trend clothing. And then 2 years from now, you're going to have to switch it up and figure out what else is in style. It's the same thing for, you know, most things.
It's any business. Do you sell any brand VCR DVD players or certain ones? We look them up. We sell all of them. My question broke the live, indeed. Welcome everyone. There's 187 people live right now, which is pretty awesome. Wow. I think that's pretty. Two just left. Sorry, 185 people. I think that's a record. I'm not sure. I think we had. I don't know. It's a lot of people. Thank you guys for joining us. Subscribe to our channel if you aren't already. We would really appreciate that. Click the thumbs up or the thumbs down if you would like. That helps us as well. And it tells us if we're doing a good job. We appreciate that.
How do you know what to list? So on the different platforms. So Poshmark is just clothes and shoes. We don't cross list anything else over there. Facebook or eBay is we put everything on eBay because that's our main platform. Facebook Marketplace is, I mean, you can list anything on Facebook Marketplace right now. People are listing clothes, electronics, basically anything. We generally list most things now, cross list them. Some, if it's like really big or bulky, we'll just do local and we won't do shipping on it. But I mean, it's really up to you what you want to list there. How many platforms do you want to deal with? How many platforms do you want to check and take things off of if they sell somewhere else?
Do you guys see yourselves in a warehouse anytime soon? Yeah, I could see it as soon as 6 months to a year we'll be in a warehouse for sure.
Yeah.
We just, yeah, for sure.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, KJ. Appreciate it.
How often do we share? Oh gosh, not as much as we should.
We don't.
We're still, I think we should still do this. We had talked about getting like one of those virtual assistants to share it for us, because it's really like just the last thing we really want to do. It takes us about 20 minutes to share the whole closet.
More than that now. It's closer to half hour.
So it's such 20 to 30 minutes.
Yeah, we don't right now.
We don't want to do.
Yeah, at some point we'll hire out a virtual assistant if we feel that's the right business move. But right now we just don't. Maybe very sparingly.
Yeah.
Lady Hustler says.
But I will add, when we do share, we do see a lot more activity on there.
Indeed.
So.
She asks, what was your most profitable item you sold? Do you have listing goal and monthly amount to make goal? The most profitable was. We had a couple, a Marantz receiver that we had $0 into that sold for $900, and we paid $30 in shipping. That was probably the most profitable single. As far as goals, right now we are as full-timers, we're going to be aiming at 20,000 gross sales per month. As part-timers, we're aiming at 10,000.
Oh, good.
Whoa, that's crazy. You guys changed my parents' life. I hope in a good way. That's awesome.
I'm glad you like the spreadsheet, Sunset Picker.
Yeah, thank you. Good.
Isn't it so nice to know your numbers? Like, it's great just to look at them and be like, wow, I made that much. Or here's where I can improve.
I've been yelling at people about numbers for a long time. If you guys have been following us on Instagram at all, this is my pet peeve. Let's see. Sorry, this chat is moving a little bit fast. I'm just trying to go back. There was a super chat of $5, and I don't know who left it, so I need to find it. And thank you. Click, 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 click. Sunset Picker.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate you. All right, let's see. If in 10 years we'll be millionaires and I'll have 100 chickens. You'll be a millionaire too.
Yeah, and Pisa, you're killing it.
Let's see.
Sorry. YouTube channel, just start. Yes. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, just start. See if you even like it. A level up thrift, always nice to see you. Hi guys, how many thrift stores do you guys typically hit in one day? How far will you drive to thrift?
That's a good question. So right now, I think we're still going to sort of get the system down. We do tend to source every day still. Adine used to go like every day on his lunch. So now it's going to be figuring out, do we take just whole thrift days and just thrift for a whole day and not process and try to do that? We'll probably still do like a little bit every day or most days. It's also garage sale season as well. And also if we hit an estate sale early in the morning and get like a good haul, we will tend to call it after that and then process the rest of the day. So it depends, but we usually always hit at least 3 when we're out. Would you say that's accurate?
Yeah, I mean, it just all depends, you know. We don't have a set schedule right now, you know. I like going often because it's like I don't need to be in there for a long time. I just need to be there frequent enough to fill up, you know, as much as possible.
How far we've talked about like taking like long road trips, like going to like Chicago area.
We will for sure.
Yeah, we will.
We don't use any apps to cross list right now. We do it all manually.
Yeah, but we will probably start doing something like that soonish.
Do you keep your prices the same for each platform? Roughly, yes. Roughly.
Will Adine continue to do the clothing sections?
Yes. As long as we start selling thongs.
Bikinis.
I want thongs. I just want to be able to describe.
Do you have a quota for how many times you say nice things about eBay? Oh, right. Yes, we have to make all our money. eBay is so great.
Hashtag love you, eBay.
Let me get on Insta real quick.
That was one of the most ridiculous comments we ever received. If you guys know what they're referring to, someone left us a comment and said that because we say nice thing about eBay on the internet, they sell our stuff for us, and that's why they don't sell as much and we do. So remember, kids, say nice thing about eBay,
Thanks, eBay
on the internet. We love you, eBay, Dad, Mom.
eBay.
Love you. Yeah, ridiculous.
I haven't read the no-nos for listing. Are those difficult?
You want to? Yeah, here. There you go.
Well, I'm not sure. I'm just starting and haven't read the no-nos for listing. Are those difficult opt through in their policies, or how did you learn that? Oh, so like the Veros.
Oh, yeah. Always learning?
Well, yeah, pretty much. So don't put Velcro on there. That's like the number one. Don't ever say Velcro in your title. Let's get suspended.
Let's let the chat answer that question. So can you guys all share everything you know not to do when listing on eBay? Because it's honestly, there's so many and they're super inconsistent, but maybe you guys can share with all of us.
I think Drew, Profit Monsters, might have done a YouTube video on it, if I remember. So check out his channel and look for that video and give it a watch. Also, one thing we've kind of stopped doing that we'll list on Poshmark but not eBay is sort of like higher end brands, because people can actually, like other random people on eBay can report something and say it's fake if they want to kick you out of competition of selling it. And we have just decided it's really not worth the hassle. It's not something we have to deal with on Posh. So we have started doing that. So
two spreadsheet things. Spreadsheet is awesome. Love it. I'm very glad. I'm actually partnering up. Like if you guys think I'm good at Excel, I'm partnering up with a gentleman that I've known for many years. And our version 2 for next year is going to blow my mind and yet alone everybody else's mind. Spreadsheet can be found on our Instagram. We have a link directly to it, or in our most recent videos. You can go and just click the link and you'll find it. Barb says, you're very inspirational, success, amazing, well-deserved. We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Resale Studio had a question. Should you take more time to find a lost item or just cancel it? Do a thorough search, like look everywhere and then double check. And if you really can't find it, just move on and cancel it. It's happened to us, like I think twice. So it's a pain and it's a bummer, but it is what it is.
Jeff writes, I opened eBay store. How do we increase sales? So Jeff and everyone who's watching, we do offer coaching. If you guys are interested in that, I'll do a quick pitch. We don't advertise it much. We will advertise it in the future. We offer it. It's a full store review and a 1-hour actionable call where we give you step-by-step hints, tips, corrections on your current listings and help you figure out how to make more money and how to sell things faster. We charge $100 for that service. It covers about 2 hours of our time to go through, write up all the notes, and then coach you through it. If you're interested in that, you can email us or you can go on Instagram. I'll put our email here somewhere below the video so you can get a hold of us that way if you're interested. An easy way to answer that question is to look for items that have a high sell-through rate, that are in demand, and make sure that your prices are accurate to the market average.
You have over 200 people.
That's crazy. 220 people. What are you guys doing? Get out of here.
Happy Friday, everybody.
Happy Friday. Thank you guys so much.
Experience with the Facebook Marketplace. We don't worry too much about algorithms, in all honesty. We kind of keep our head down and we keep going. The more you list, the more you're going to sell.
Quality, good titles.
I mean, I have noticed when I list at night, I tend to sell things pretty fast, but I don't know that that's from an algorithm. I really couldn't say one way or another. Facebook Marketplace is just so new right now. It's really hard to say, what the perfect strategy is to tackle it.
It's probably the same as eBay. Here's the way that I talk about algorithms, which is I don't. I personally don't like it because it's almost like Joe Rogan, if you guys are familiar, had a joke a long time ago about megapixels. And if you say megapixels, it makes you seem like you're smart. But if I actually asked you what a megapixel was, the vast majority of the population would have no idea. The same thing with algorithm. If I ask you guys right now, all of you, including us too, what is an algorithm? How many of us can actually answer that question? I can't. I have no idea. So for me to pretend like I know this algorithm and I know how to boost the sales because of this algorithm, will just me. It's just me talking smoke, which is I'm not interested in it. So I don't know. I know what works really well for us, which is things that we've already talked about. Oh, this is a very good question. We actually talked about this a little bit today.
How long? Yeah, we did. I mean, we'll just take like normal vacations, you know. We
10 days, 5 days, 20 days.
This summer, we plan on doing some longer weekends and going up to our cottage a lot more. You know, long term, we want to be able to go. We want to have office managers and employees in place where we don't really have to be doing the day to day. And if there's an issue, where you can contact us by phone or email or whatever, but we don't necessarily have to be there ever. Short term, we've talked about people that sort of also do it on the side, friends, family that we know personally that we could ask to step in and ship for us, because that's really what it is the shipping. So yeah, we'll just take normal vacations. We just have to get that in place.
Yeah. That's another trick. That's something that people struggle with is time management and taking time off and vacations. And you have to surround yourself with people who can step in, or you have to put your store on vacation mode. And the problem with putting your store on vacation mode is that you're going to halt your sales and you're not going to make much money because people don't want to wait 10 plus shipping days to get their items.
Have a good night, Carmen. Thanks for stopping in.
Yeah, someone else said they had to go. So thank you, everyone that's popping in, that's popping out. We appreciate you stopping in.
Shabby Chic trademarked. I didn't know that. Smith & Wesson. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, no rebel flags. Yep, no Nazi items.
Sorry, I'm just clicking through to find any.
Can't read that fast.
Sorry. Oh, and this is what happens if I do that. Oh, here's one. Do you use Instagram to help sell your items? And if so, will you be doing a video on how to do it step by step? Love you guys. We love you too. Thank you.
So we don't. It's just not in our wheelhouse. There are people who do it though. There are some people actually who sell only on Instagram, and they do awesome. They're great. Down at Thrift, maybe you could try reaching out to him. And then who's the other girl that you do?
Attic.
Adele's?
No, Attic's Thrifts. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't remember the username. But yeah, it's not our business model. We don't cater to our YouTube. So what we cater to our audience, you guys, is information, a little bit of entertainment, and that's our goal, is to help people get out of debt, to help people learn about this, and to make money. If you want to buy something from us, more power to you. Thank you. We appreciate it, but that's not our business model. There are YouTubers and Instagram, social media folk that do that, which is great. It's another business model. There's no wrong way. So just poke around, and I'm sure you'll find people that do it that can help you. My 90-day sales is over 10,000. You guys have learned a lot from you. That's fantastic.
That's great. Good
Congratulations.
job. What's up, Leila?
I've tried to find sources on Facebook Marketplace, but I can't stand how Facebook Marketplace is set up. Yeah, it's not for everyone. It's definitely tricky. But we do tend to find, I bought 3 things off of Facebook Marketplace today, and they're all really, really good items to resell for sure. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Charles. Appreciate it. Vintage Baby by Gina, welcome.
Michael says, please tell my 6-year-old to go to bed.
Go to bed.
Go to bed. When you get older, you will really value sleep. Get it in now.
For sure.
I wish I could. Actually, my mom always told me I was that kid I would just put myself to bed because I just really love sleep.
Yeah. Kathy writes, what type of scale do you use and how do you know which way to ship? So we have a free, go grab it. We have a free shipping model. So we have a free shipping video you can check out. We evaluate over 1,500 data points and educate you on how the free shipping model works. That's the scale.
This is just just a small, it has 110-pound capacity. It's pretty simple, put the thing on the thing, and then you have your display set a little to the side so you don't, mess with the weight. So it's AccuTech.
Yeah, it's like $20 free shipping on Amazon. Yeah. It's cheap. We started with a kitchen scale. Just start with a normal scale. Great Lakes Flips, good to see you. Welcome, another local Grand Rapidian. Do you guys only use your own calculator spreadsheet for tracking everything? Do you use QuickBooks? Yep, everything we do through our own custom spreadsheet. We don't use any other service.
Will you pay how much you leave? So this is going to be interesting now that we're full-time. So before, just everything would just kind of be there. And it would just sort of be rolled back into the business for the most part. But now we have to think about when and how we're going to pay ourselves. So
we're still figuring it out. So basically we're going to pay ourselves a salary. We're going to dedicate X amount into our 401ks. We're going to maximize our Roth IRAs every single year. We're going to put away X amount into our savings, just like when you have a normal job. And then everything extra, we're going to leave in our business, and then we're going to pay ourselves bonuses as we choose. That's typically how self-employment folks do it. Steve's Resells asks, how old are you guys? You mind your own business, Steve. I'm just kidding.
25.
21. We're in our mid-30s.
Yeah.
What type of inventory would you like to sell on Amazon, Wanda?
Hopefully eventually we'd like to get into the grocery and just sort of household, what you need and use on a daily basis, because you are always going to have to replenish that. So, but we'll see. We'll see where that adventure takes us for sure.
Do y'all buy storage units? I'm thinking about going that way. We don't at this time. Storage units are a big gamble. We don't like gambling, and you can definitely win, but you can also lose. Just think about all the time and effort it takes to clear out the actual junk, and make sure that you have different ways to get rid of furniture, old mattresses, old rims, tires, toys, flea market, whatever that is. So just make sure that you have avenues where you're getting rid of that stuff, because you're going to accumulate a lot of stuff. This is a really good one if you want to answer that one.
Well, first, let's say thank you. We just got a super chat from Flip Hustling. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we love you too. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. This is a really good question. What are some of your favorite keywords searching and sourcing on Facebook Marketplace? So I'll let Melinda answer it, but before that, just know that every time you search for something on Facebook Marketplace, they remember your key terms and they know what you like. Mm-hmm. So as you keep loading it up with things that are very profitable for you, eventually those items are going to be popping up and you're going to see them quickly.
Yeah. So once you find something that sells, that's what you're going to go over to Facebook and you're going to search for. But keep in mind, you're not really looking to buy them off other resellers per se. So VCR instead of the model numbers, because if there's a model number at it, the chances are they're a reseller. Also pots and pans, just that general thing, houseware, cooking. We do search.
Blender, food processor.
Yeah. The only thing you're going to search by brand would be Monster High or groups of things.
So. Yeah, very well said. This is a very good question. Teresa says or writes, will you do videos on your Amazon experience? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be documenting our journey probably until death. I don't know, until we get tired of it.
We're obviously not going to share sources, and we're not going to share things like that, because as far as we know, Amazon's very competitive. But of course, we're going to share us building it up for sure.
Yeah, we're not going to be sharing our contacts of what we're flipping. All that is going to be hidden, but we'll definitely share how we're doing and what we're doing and give people tips. But yeah, again, the nice thing about this find, random stuff and flip it is we can be very transparent because anyone can find it. But when you're talking about, $1 million, $2 million contracts with manufacturers, distributors, in the future, we can't share that information. It doesn't make any sense to do that. Do you guys have a lot of competition from other resellers in your area? Have you gotten to know some of them? Yeah.
We run into them sometimes.
Yeah.
Very friendly though. I don't think of it as competing per se. We have a very plentiful, there's enough for everybody mindset. So we love running into people. It's awesome because a lot of times you don't get to really talk shop with people. You don't go to an office every day. So it's great to run into them. We love it.
We don't think about anyone that's a reseller as competitors. The only people that we're competing against is our metrics. That's it. We are of the mindset that anyone can do this if they really want to. Anyone can get themselves out of debt if they really want to. And we're of the mindset that there's plenty for everyone. Mm-hmm. We're not of a scarcity mindset. So that makes it a lot easier. Like when somebody is like, hey, I live in Grand Rapids and I found this deal and I flipped it. It's like we're the first ones to cheer them on for doing a great job. That's our mentality. I mean, what's the point of being bitter if somebody's doing better than you? I mean,
right. And there's just so many ways to win. Like somebody asked retail arbitrage. We don't even do retail arbitrage right now. You can make a lot of money doing that. There's just so many things that we haven't done that other people are doing because up until now we only had so much time to give. But there's so many different ways that people are winning. It just doesn't make sense to say that you're competing because there's different avenues, there's different strategies, there's different sources, there's different products, so many different niches and everything.
Dan is sharing his sources, Goodwill and estate sales. Thank you, Dan. You have new competition now. Is there an algorithm on eBay that increases sales if you list daily? I've been building a deck this week and have not been as eBay as much. And usually my sales were not good this week. That's your answer to your own question. Because of your inactivity, your sales are going to plummet. That's it. Most social media platforms or reseller platforms have the same system in place. If you're not tending to it, they're going to hide you a little bit. If you're tending to it, they're going to raise you a little bit. Mm-hmm. But you still have to have correct titles, the right stuff, items that are in demand, good pictures, good honest descriptions, return policy, and you have to be at the right price point. Otherwise, it doesn't matter.
Lady hustler.
This is a very good question. Did you ever imagine working in this field full time? What were some of your life goals before reselling? My life goals, like when I first started community college, was to own my own business, and I've been trying to figure out what that is for many years. Mm-hmm. Do we imagine in this field? I don't know. I'm
not until we started doing it, I would say.
Yeah, I'm more of a roll with the punches kind of fella. So yeah.
I feel like my life goals have changed so much. I would need like a whole YouTube video on them.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, in the end, I think my end goal of everything was just to be successful enough where I could travel and take care of my family.
That's it. That's all we want.
And buy Rolex.
And buy Rolex, absolutely. Let's see. Do you retail arbitrage? No. Do you list daily? Yep. This is the secret. The secret is the work. Everyone enjoys the finding. Not a lot of people enjoy the work.
Right.
Learn how to enjoy the work, and that's how you're going to be successful.
Yeah. If you find it like monotonous and boring, try playing with what's going on in the background. Not something that's going to totally conquer your concentration because you need to still be focused on, what you're doing. But I used to like listening to like books on tape. Mm-hmm. It's something going on in the background, or I'll list during like a game or something like that.
Yeah.
It makes it a little bit less boring.
Yeah, I was just listening to an interview of a very, very good mixed martial arts fighter, and he explained that he would get very comfortable with the worst case scenario of a fight, which to him was getting knocked out. That's the worst case scenario. You go into a cage, you lose, you get knocked out, you're stiff on the ground. So let's relate that to reselling. Get comfortable with that the parts that you don't like or fear the most, and then it's going to help you. So make peace with that. The fact that you're going to have to scrub those shoes, you're going to have to scrub those pots and pans, you're going to have to list that stuff, you're going to have to take photos, get comfortable with that. Mm-hmm. And that's going to help you get it done because it's unavoidable.
Yeah.
So many people buy. That's consumerism. It's 70% of this country's economy. But to actually put in that work is the challenge.
We do just use our phones to list. Yep, we don't do it by the computer at all. But everybody has their own style. Some people find a really good groove doing it on the computer. So, and we're not saying we wouldn't. If we had a better office, we might. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, we got into reselling first, and then my sister and my dad. Make your listing area super comfortable. That's such a good.
That's really good advice.
That's a really good piece of advice right there. Ours is not. Our packing area sucks. Everything is not good right now.
I've been going up the guest room lately.
Yeah, you've been hanging out up there. That's a nice place. Yeah, so we are still remodeling the garage, and that's something that we definitely want to keep focus on, is making it comfortable, homey, somewhere we enjoy being. And we're going to be investing a decent amount of money into our backyard this year, because we're going to be working in our backyard, and we're going to have an outside office, which is going to be awesome.
Thank you, Project Ellsworth. That's very nice of you.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that. I'm going to pop that up because you said nice things about it.
So retail arbitrage is where you would buy it. You would buy stuff like on clearance or at a discount store retail, and then sell it for a profit. So like Ross, Marshalls, Nordstrom Rack, when they have sales. Some people are really good about knowing how to work like the Free People and like Lululemon sales and stuff like that. But you do have a higher cost of goods in that, but the return is that you have a higher sell price. You just have, it's usually not like the 50-55% return that we normally see.
Did you skip me, Dean? I don't know what you're referring to. If you asked the question and I skipped it, then yes, ask again, please. I apologize. I love my area, but it sucks. Need to move stuff to eBay for sure. Sarah, thank you so much. Welcome.
Nice.
Michelle writes, I've had pretty good luck with retail arbitrage from Ross. Yeah, we don't have Ross around us, so we can't do that. Which brings me to another point. Like things that we can find often in our area with really good margins are shoes and electronics. But if you can't find that, maybe you need to find a different way to source. And that's just something you always have to keep an eye on, is that just because your area doesn't produce some sort of item that someone else is successful in, that doesn't mean you should just not resell. You need to pivot and find something else.
We promote all our listings at 1%. So that seems to be enough for us.
Do you ever go to a estate sale on the last day and estate sale when the prices are half off?
No.
We have in the past, but usually everything is still picked through, and because we are relatively good at finding the right stuff, we study the estate sale the night before, and then we go in and we're okay paying up for items that we know are going to flip well for us.
Our philosophy on that, as well as like the Amazon return stores, which they're sort of structured where they start on one day and it's the most expensive, and then it gets progressively less expensive until they put out new inventory again, and then it starts over. We believe paying up for better products that are going to sell faster. That's our strategy with it. So we'd rather get there on the first day of an estate sale, the first day of the Amazon return day, pay more, get better products.
Just again, wanted to just take a second and thank everyone for joining us. We really do appreciate it. Edgar says hello from California. Edgar, welcome. There's a question up here. How do you feel about thrift stores marking things up because they know it sells for a lot and they're reselling some of it? Whatever. It's their stuff, you know. It's
frustrating, but that's the way it is, right? Like we don't have control over that. So you have to work, you have to control the controllables.
It's one of my favorite quotes ever.
So,
control what you can.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Ours are, it's inflation, right? So our jeans used to be 5, now they're 6. Our shoes were closer to 6, now they're closer to 7. At some point, maybe we have to start looking other places, and that's fine. We'll
just keep pivoting.
Roll with that.
The other thing too is that, so what do you expect Goodwill to do? So let's say Goodwill gets a truckload. It's a bunch of Louis Vuitton diamonds and pearls. You think the right thing for them is to put it on the shelf for $1.99? No. Why would they do that when they can make $6,000 off that stuff? it is what it is. It's something. It's a good question from Charles. You wish you had more knowledge in specific areas such as jewelry, antiques.
Of course. I specifically would really like to know more about like antiques or jewelry, because those, if you really know what you're looking for and you have an eye for that, there is a lot of really good money to be made there. But it does take a lot of eye for detail, and I'm sure a lot of experience.
Yeah, the way I'll answer that question is that experience is the best teacher. So you just keep learning, right? So we didn't know that product A, B, or C was a good seller until we found out it was a good seller. So I don't really like jewelry, and I'm not really the antique type of person. So not necessarily, but I think I wish I knew a little bit more about some higher end computer technology. But then again, I can learn all that stuff because knowledge is out, or the information is out there. I just have to dedicate myself to do it.
Or Dean's friend just kills it with like sports cards and sports memorabilia. Like, he knows that so well.
Yeah. Love you guys. Oh, love you too. Found a little out of the way thrift store, had Mecca Revere Wear, which is bought some. So how do you figure that out? That's awesome. How do you figure out the prices? So one thing you can do is you can actually go to our store. Our store is public, and you can see what we price things at for Revere Wear. The other way is just look at sold comps and see what you have that's similar and see where you're at, price wise. That's awesome. Good find. Let's see. How should someone advertise their business without YouTube channel? What do you think of Mercari or Poshmark? You can advertise your business. I mean, who are you advertising to, I guess is my question. If you're trying to get more attention on your store, social media is a great way. Community centers are a great way. Friends and family, things like that. Local communication, radio stations. I mean, you can advertise. There's thousands of advertising companies. Yeah. It just depends on the crowd you're looking for.
But the best thing to do is make sure you have products that people, when they go online to search, that they're searching for items that you have in your store. Because that's usually how it works. Unless you have a brand, right, then people aren't necessarily specifically looking for that. So people specifically want like Patagonia. That's what they want. It's a brand. They want it. They're going to go to that website. But when they're just generally searching for like eBay and Poshmark, they're just going to be searching, for those brands, but you just have to have it in your store. They're not going to be searching necessarily for your store.
For sure. Do you guys sell shoes on eBay? How do you figure out the sales price? So we figure out the sell-through rate. So divide how many have sold within the last 90 days by the current amount of listings of that style or type. Times that by 100. We like to sell shoes that have a sell-through rate of 40% or higher. And then we look at the medium listing price, and then we're usually a couple dollars below that because we want to turn shoes pretty quickly.
Thanks, Anfisa. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you so much. Athena says,
on Instagram. I'm curious.
Yeah, say hello if you're on Instagram. You competitor, like, you.
Good.
Just kidding. Yeah, we're Southeast side as well. Thanks. So Jim writes, we love watching YouTube videos, very informative and interesting. Jim and Risa, Massachusetts resellers. Thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate you stopping by.
Oh, nice. Found a rare pair of Nikes. That's nice.
I'm up to 97 listings. So when you suggest to start a store, look at the Google eBay stores and then look at the table and see which one fits your needs. That's the best way. Do you use worth points for more rare items that isn't listed? You guys are the best. Thank you very much. We haven't, but definitely a good tool. We don't really find a lot of super rare items. Most of the items that we flip are very, very common.
We do have 2 stores. Yes, we do.
You want to explain why?
There's a number of different reasons. Partly what you said, if something ever happens to our main one, we still want to be able to list and sell on eBay for sure. Another reason is if we ever want to like specialize in something or partner with a company, then we can do that on that store.
Yeah, we're gonna hide from you guys, our audience, the world, the items that are replenishable that we have contracts with distributors with. We cannot share that information. That would be just giving our profits away. It doesn't make any sense. That's the vast majority. That's the best and only reason we can think of having 2 stores.
Mm-hmm. We will say we've sold on our what solds everything that is sold on both stores. Like we're not hiding anything that's like on our what solds or anything. There's no products right now that we have.
Oh, right now is the key term for sure. Do you guys use utilities to verify shoes are fake or not? Just website searches, model number searches. We've not run into anything that's super questionable.
If it is over $500 on Posh, they will automatically authenticate it for free. That's a service that they offer.
Have you guys thought of moving off eBay and on your own platform?
No. If you build your own site and your own store, we would never get off eBay to do that. We might do it in addition, but if you do that, you have to drive traffic there, which means you have to market it and you have to promote it and you have to figure out how to drive people there. So that's an added cost of marketing, right? With eBay, people already know about eBay. There's already people looking for stuff on eBay or Poshmark. So those are what the fees are for. We would rather pay a fee and let somebody else deal with that stuff than to do it ourselves and add that in as an extra thing.
Precisely. Do you think it's a good idea to end sales, relist them on eBay? Yes, it gives you a slight boost in visibility. Thanks for sharing your story. My wife and I love you both. Do you have rules about needing an item to be worth X profit before buying it? Yep.
Yes, we do.
$30 average net profit is what we shoot for.
Yep. Someone says we seem to get along pretty well.
It's all lies. You seem to get along pretty well. Is it ever hard being together, working all day long? Are you too new to both being home all the time and to notice yet? That's a really good question.
We'll do a video on it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it in detail at some point. I was always of the mindset that I never wanted to work with my wife, and then I grew up, and now it's like this is the best thing ever. So I think the best thing. My mom, Mom, I'm gonna get to your question soon. That's hilarious. So you have to have a really strong relationship, and we have a strong relationship. Of course, we bicker and argue about things, which is pretty normal, but we have really good communication, and that makes it pretty easy.
I used to think like the last thing in the world I would want is to work all day with my spouse and then be home with them, but it's not like that at all.
What methods do you use to clean up pots and pans? Barkeeper's Friends, steel wool. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Instagram is Hustlin Hooks, Hustlin_hooks. What advice would you give to someone like me who currently is having trouble finding inventory in my local thrift stores?
Try online arbitrage, which just means like going to sites like eBay and Poshmark and trying to find things that are undervalued. So that's one way to find inventory. Facebook Marketplace, although that is getting a little bit reseller heavy too. But keep your eye open, keep looking. Garage sales, if you're in an area that has garage sales, and you might just have to drive a little farther. So you might have to dedicate a whole day or 2 whole days where that's what you do. You're just going to thrift those days because you have to go farther to find different thrifts in different places.
Yeah, you have to travel towards more populous areas. That's where the good stuff is. My mom says, "Hi guys, do you like more part-time or full-time?" Mama, volim tebe prvo, tatu tebe Eminu, sviđa nam se više full-time nego part-time. In translation, I love my folks first, and then full-time is superior to part-time. Hi guys, hey, congrats for becoming full-time. I have a question, but don't know if you can answer. I was cleaning some farmerware to sell, realized I have one pet pending. Is it more collectible? I don't know. That's a good, we don't really pay attention to that. So just find this, see if you can find something similar and see if it has more value. Could you never, and you could never accomplish the marketplace that eBay has your own platform? Yeah, I mean, you could, but it would cost you millions and millions of dollars to get there for sure.
Oh, nice. Well, oops.
Hey, what are you doing? I was clicking the things.
I know.
This is what it's like working with your spouse.
Cleaning,
How dare you? I was clicking it.
It's like his wife is starting it, so that's awesome.
Nice for you. Good for you, Edgar. That's awesome. You guys are a great team, so inspiring. Thanks, Sarah. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Doris says, I think it's amazing you guys are debt-free at your age. Congratulations, you're great role models in life as well as reselling. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's again, philosophy. If you reduce your stress in life, you become a generally happier person. And then if more people get out of debt, more happy people around, less road rage, less crazy people, less, less mental illness. Stress is a killer. And so if you can reduce your stress, you're going to add some life at the end of the day to your own life, some more years, and people are going to be generally happier because you're generally happier.
Okay, what's an item that was a terrible buy? Well, I can think of a lot of times I walked into something and Dean was like, huh. And it's usually in the clothing realm, and then it usually sells and works out great. And then he's like, well, no, I know. Such as carpenter jeans, those leather leggings.
Keep going.
I mean, bathing suit bottoms.
Terrible buy, but it worked out. Yeah, there's been a few. Like we just don't gamble. We look things up, and we usually don't have a lot of those. Have you had someone dispute an item you sold on eBay prior to it even arrived to them? G.I. Joe, Puerto Rico 75 buyer file a dispute. I mailed Monday and it's Friday. We haven't, but it happens. Just contact customer service and just work it through.
No, that did happen to us with a pair of shoes. It's when the mail was just like super slow. Essentially, we just walked through the steps on eBay. We updated the tracking number, put it in again. Sort of just messaged them and said, hey, please be patient. Mail is taking longer right now, especially if it has to go through like any customs. So, and it worked out fine.
David says, what's up, guys? You guys are killing it. Give me a shout out to my girlfriend, Courtney, please. Hi, Courtney. How are you? Shout out to David Santos and Miss Courtney.
Thanks for the nice words.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to start kind of filtering through these. I don't know how many more we got. About that time.
It's about that time. So we're going to stick around for about 15, 20 more minutes. If you guys have more questions, please do ask. And again, Mona is going to tell you to hit the thumbs up.
That's right. Hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already.
Only if you want.
Follow us on Instagram. Try to get to that 10,000 so we can do the swipe up thingy.
We just want to swipe up. That's it.
Yeah, I would, if you're just starting out, try to get that stuff done. If you see yourself doing it long term and maybe full time as your end goal, then I would do that stuff right away. And it'll just save you time from doing it later. If you're just planning on keeping it as a side gig, it's probably not worth the paperwork.
What do you think of Mercari or Poshmark? Everyone can win on whatever platform they want to win on. So that's it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with any platform.
Right.
It's just up to you if you like it or not. I would recommend tasting it.
Yep.
And if you like it, keep at it. If you don't, spit it out, go to another one. I was speaking Bosnian. So my family and I are immigrants from Bosnia. A super sticker. What is a super sticker? That's our first one. $5 from Firecrest. Thank you. I don't know what that means, but we appreciate the $5 super sticker. What is a super sticker?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's the first time we got it.
Thanks.
It sounds cool though. I like
super sticker. Like, is it Hustlin Hooks?
I like stickers.
Do you feel you must have listings every day to maximize the eBay algorithm? Yes and no. There was a time where we didn't list for 4 days and we still sold like 1,300 over the weekend. It definitely helps, but again, make sure that you guys are listing stuff that people actually want to buy, and that's going to help you a lot. And some things are naturally going to sell faster. Like we instantly sold some Legos today, almost instantly sold a Guitar Hero guitar, and some things take several months. So it just depends on supply and demand.
Okay, just a way to send support. Thank you.
How and when did you first get into reselling? Was there anyone on YouTube? Cincinnati Picker and a conversation with our friends about reselling is what got us started.
Mm-hmm. But there's been many more since then.
For sure.
Cincinnati Picker and then Rally Roots we started watching.
Yeah, some of the ones that we've watched that we've learned the most from, Cincinnati Picker is one of them. Shed Flips, Lonnie is really good too. They're a little bit different business models than us, but they're very good. And then Rally Roots is very good, even though their category is different, but they share a lot of knowledge.
And I learned just a ton about clothing from Hustle at Home Mom and Nicole State.
Yep. Edgar says, how's Amazon going? Not right now. We haven't started it yet, so we'll definitely report when we get there. We don't do anything on sharing listings right now. On Poshmark, eventually we're going to look into services that do it automatically for us. Mm-hmm. How long have you been reselling before you started creating YouTube content? I have a YouTuber for about 1.5 years and just began adding reselling videos. I'm hoping that they catch on. I don't know. Our first video was in May and we started reselling in August previous year. So like nine months roughly.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right.
When you go on vacation, will you put your store in vacation mode?
Oh no, I'm a flipper.
Camille, well, yes, it is. Hey, how are you? Hold on 1 second. When on vacation, will you meet, or do you put your store on vacation mode? We won't. We're going to hire it out and have people run it for us while we're not here. Commonwealth Flipper, thank you so much for joining. We've watched a ton of your content as well. Should I quit my job and go full time? Yes. Yeah, just do it. What are you waiting for?
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It's like a celebrity joining us. Would you rather sell on eBay or sell locally and not worry about the fees and shipping? eBay, 100%, because the fees and shipping allow you a worldwide market of millions of consumers. Locally, you're going to get thousands, right? So just think about it that way. How long have you been together? My videos with my wife tend to do well. I don't know, 2018, 2015?
So we've been together?
Yeah. No, not 18. 2007, 2008?
2008. 2008. 2008.
Yeah, quit, Kevin. What are you doing? I always tell my husband about you guys. I say, watching you guys are going to be a big success. Hard work's always paid off. Oh, thank you so much, Lola. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing, Kevin? Stop contemplating. I don't know what your asset to debt ratio is, but obviously evaluate that. Just stop it. Just quit your job, man.
Yeah.
Like, you're obviously doing fine.
Yeah.
You're good.
You're probably doing okay.
What are you doing? Yeah. What are you doing? What are you asking us for? Just do it.
Okay, I'll do it, but I'm paying you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate you stopping by. Just curious, would you guys consider doing a coach program at Rally Roots just because you guys share a lot of knowledge? Yeah, so we do offer coaching right now. You can email us if you'd like to or hit us up on Instagram. Eventually, there's a couple different ways we want to do it. We will eventually offer more teaching and coaching for sure.
Yeah, we've talked about doing something like that.
You read this one. I'm tired of reading.
Sure. Well, I tried, and you were like, "Don't touch the cookie."
Yeah, don't touch it.
I love you guys. Always inspiring. Really, what is the growing plan for the business? Was it always the plan, or did it become the plan after you started reselling? Yeah, it became the plan after we started reselling, and we saw that it could really be like a viable business. And once we sort of got the reselling part down, I mean, right away, both of us, I think it wasn't sort of like, this is how I see it. It was really like a mutual vision, I would say, where we both kind of decided like, yeah, no, we want to do this. We want to get on Amazon and we want to build this into a sustainable distribution company. So that's where we're headed. Do you want to add to that?
No, that's good. Just got here. Welcome everyone that's joining a little bit later. This video will be up. And this type of live doesn't usually do well after it's been listed, but we do cover a lot of questions. So I think in general, it's a good thing if you want to watch it after. How many items do you have listed? About 900. What percent? About 1% a day. That's been our average since day one. And on our Instagram account, you can look at a couple different tables that we put together to share that information. We only ship internationally through the global shipping program. It's free to sign up. It's very straightforward.
That's right.
How did you find a technician working in your electronics? Do you sell and keep your total costs down? Just talking to people.
Yeah, he fixed our microwave.
Yes, he did.
It's the best thing he's ever fixed.
George, I would like to sell at least 100 daily. Last month was my record-breaking sales, over 2,000. How can I make this happen?
Consistency.
Consistency, and this is the problem with working with your wife.
Just keep sourcing quality stuff and keep listing it. So we all started small. We all started there.
Yeah, and if you want, consider getting coaching from us. We can definitely help you there for sure. Y'all are the goats. Nah, we're not. Thank you, though. I appreciate that, but we're not the goats.
Got my goat sweatpants.
You do have goat sweatpants. All right, Monda's a goat.
I'm the goat.
Also, what did I call you in that video? A mule?
Yes.
Look at this. So this is the worst comment. Thanks, love you both, question mark. Make up your mind. Do you love us or do you not love us? You cannot question this. What is your sell-through rate? So currently we have in our main store, we have 715 listings, and in the last 90 days, we've sold like 570 or something like that.
Yep.
You're welcome, George. Favorite resellers to follow: Nicole State, Hustle Home Mom, Cincinnati Picker, Rally Roots, Harry Tornado, Commonwealth, Profit Monster. Just find, like, that's the nice thing, like everything, like it's like going to a buffet. You just taste a little bit and then you're going to connect it with whatever you like.
Yep. Osborne to Thrift is new. He's also good.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many. Joey Bada Bing 22. He is just so fun to watch. He's just such an upbeat guy. Yeah. Gosh, to know Joey is to love Joey.
I like it. Slow down, someone says. You slow down. I'm just kidding.
Walter Blake, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we just realized he's local to Michigan.
Yeah.
Project Ellsworth says another good one is flipping junk. So yeah, give these guys some love. Some of these we've not heard of. Some of these we have.
Yeah, and once you start watching
Nurse Flipper, yep, we've watched Nurse Flipper for sure.
Mm-hmm. It'll start suggesting some for you too. So
yeah, Bolo Buddies.
Gosh, there's so many. The at home picker.
Homeschool picker.
Homeschool picker.
Yeah, she's good.
Mm-hmm.
The bin picker is another one.
Pickers. I used to watch them.
We're just gonna click these guys. Ready, set, resell.
Rinzy, if you do shoes.
Yeah, Rinzy. Which of your logger do you thrift buys into your program? Ooh, which one of you logs your thrift buys? Currently, I do most of that, but we're both capable. Michigander, Saginaw, living in Kentucky. Hey, Tennessee Flipper. Are the lakes still frozen? I don't know.
I mean, we don't know.
We haven't looked at them, but probably not.
I don't think so, though. I've had a couple friends go.
Yeah, not yet.
So, I mean, sometimes they're like frozen in certain spots, but they're not like completely frozen. And it wasn't a super bad winter this year, really. We had a bad week.
Yeah,
that I can think of.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're gonna start wrapping it up.
Yeah.
It's time to rest. We have a long day tomorrow. If you guys have any last questions, throw them up there. Please do that. Closing words.
Thank you so much. Like, I'm just honored and shocked that this many people tuned into us on a Friday night. That's great. Thank you so much.
I'm not shocked at all. Look how beautiful we are. Just kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, really appreciate it. Really appreciate you guys stopping by, spending time with us. That's really awesome. Hopefully you learned something from this chat. We're gonna keep doing these lives from time to time. Understand that it is a dedication on our end too, but we enjoy it. We love interacting with you guys. We love answering questions. We just love it. It's fun for us to add value to other people for free. It's free for you guys to watch us talk. So why not do it? And we get paid by YouTube, and everybody wins. So hey,
that's right. And no commercials. We get to answer questions.
Yeah. So again, thank you guys. I think we're gonna sign off slowly, and hashtag we'll miss you. So give us a follow on Instagram if you haven't. Hit the thumbs up button if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Really appreciate that. And we'll definitely see you there. And don't be afraid to say hello on Instagram. We're pretty responsive. We answer questions we probably answer 15 to 50 questions every single day. So feel free to come and.
Yeah. Or if you're local, if you see us at the Thrift, you can say hi as well.
Yeah, we're your competition. Anyways, you guys take care of yourselves.
Yeah,
Peace,
you
love.
guys take care. Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
Later.